So, and at that time, Samuel was a prophet assigned to Israel. And then so he was encouraging them that if really you want to have God in your lives and to have success and to be victorious, you have to put away all these idols that you have in your cities, in your homes, in your lives. Then verse 4, they responded, then the children of Israel did put away Baalim and Ashtoreth. These again are strange god or Baals as they call it. They are either Baals or Baalim or Ashtoreth, or they go by different names. These are again all idols, and then they were serving them. And so they put away all those things because they either destroyed them or put them away and served the Lord only. Verse 5, and Samuel said, gather all Israel at Mizpah, and I will pray for you unto the Lord. So first they did what he said, and then he said, okay, now that you've done it, gather all Israel and come to this place, Mizpah, and I will pray for you there. Verse 6, and they gathered together at Mizpah, or to Mizpah, and drew water, and poured it out before the Lord, and fasted on that day, and said, there we have sinned against the Lord. And Samuel judged the children of Israel in Mizpah. So, to unpack it, in those days, the Israelites, they get their water from down in the well. They have to dig. Well, the wells were already dug. So, we remember Jacob's time, he had wells. Okay, so for them to get water, they didn't have the taps as we have it nowadays, where you have a fountain. You know, they have to always, if they need water, even the time of the Lord Jesus Christ, what did he do? He had to go to the woman who was getting water from the well. So in those days, they get the water. They have their bucket. They put it in there, and they draw it with a rope. They pull it up, and I think I've done it before when I was in Africa. I did because I wanted to experience. And of course, there was a time where that was the water that we had. We pull it up, the rope, and then when it comes out, because one, you have to exert, and it's a long process. You are using all your energy to pull the water, the bucket from the well. And when the water is brought up, in those days, you've used all the energy to pull the water. What do you do then? You drink the water, or you preserve the water. But in the case of the Israelites, what did they do? Instead of drinking the water, they poured it out in the same way King David did. When he was thirsty and he needed water, he said, oh, I need water, I'm thirsty. And he was in the enemy territory. There was no way that he could get water, and the water was in the enemy's territory on the other side. And what did they say? What did the commanders say? The commanders said, well, if you need water, we are bold men. We can go into the enemy territory. And what did they do? They did. They broke through to the enemy's territory and brought water to King David to drink. And what did he do with the water? He looked at it and said, Lord, forbid it that I should drink it, because these men sacrificed their lives. But they went into enemy, which means that what they did, they must have even fought some people and killed some people, or went through pain to get the water and bring it to him. And he decided to pour the water out because he says he's not going to drink it because they have sacrificed their lives. So for him to drink it, it means that he doesn't care for their lives. So in the case of Israelites, when the time of Prophet Samuel, they pulled the water and they drew the water from the well, and what they do, they pour it out, pull it out, which means they were showing God that instead of filling ourselves, stomach and water, and drinking all this water, we are going to pour it out as a sacrifice to God. And so that's what they all did, and pour the water out and pour the water. And so they fasted. They used that time to fast. That's why it says that, and they gathered, and then what did they do? And drew water and poured it out before the Lord and fasted on that day. So that is what they did. And because of what they did, then we know that is the answer to it, that God answered them and allowed them to receive it, because Prophet Samuel prayed for them, and then, he also encouraged them because they were being oppressed by the Philistines. So that is true truth. All right. All right. One more. All right, let's go. Let's do one more. All right, question 10. Prophet Daniel did a 3-week partial fast and sang praises to God during the fast. True or false? All right. Let's go to Daniel 10. Daniel 10, we'll start from verse 1 to okay, let's do 1 to 3, please.
Daniel 10.
1 to 3.
1 to 3. Then, in the 3rd year of Cyrus king of Pisa, a thing was revealed unto Daniel, whose name was called Belteshazzar. And the thing was true, but the time appointed was long, and he understood the thing, and had understanding of the version. 2. In those days, as Daniel was murmuring 3-4 weeks. 3. I ate no pleasant bread, neither clean flesh, nor wine in my mouth. Nor did I annoy myself at all times. All 3 whole weeks were fulfilled. Amen.
Amen. So the answer is false. He was desperate, and he needed to show God that he was really serious about his life, so he didn't want to involve himself with any food, so he did fasts those days. All right, so so Daniel says, in the 3rd year of Cyrus, king of Persia, a thing was, he had this vision that was revealed to him, and then he decided to, they call him Belteshazzar, which is a pagan name, but he always goes by his name, Daniel, and so that is why we've already mentioned about how the king Nebuchadnezzar tried to indoctrinate them by changing their Hebrew names and then giving them names that were not consistent with what God had given to them. So he wanted to change their names and say, okay, well, your name is this, but while your name honors God, I want you to honor my idol. And so we have to always be careful that the name that we use, the name that we have, should always be consistent to what God has already given to us, and don't allow the world to change us. So, in those days, and he said he realized that, what he has been learning, after learning or having some incitement or some understanding of God's word, and he said, well, I'm going to pray, I'm going to fast, I'm going to ask for God to grant me deliverance, to help me, because of what I've learned. I've learned something bad, and I don't want to continue this way. I want God to deliver my people, to deliver me. So I'm going to go before God. And so he did it. In those days, I, Daniel, was mourning 3 full weeks. I ate no pleasant bread, neither came flesh nor wine in my mouth, neither did I anoint myself at all. 3 weeks were fulfilled. So what did he do? 21 days fasting. No food, no drink, and so we know God answered him, because God sent his angel to come and answer him while in the 3rd week. And so, all right, just because, well, let's.
What was the answer? You said false?
Yes. Okay, let's go. The question again.
Yeah, read that.
The question: Prophet Daniel did a 3-week partial fast and sang praises to God during the fast. It means partial.
Well, read verse 3.
Verse 3 says, I ate no pleasant bread, neither came flesh nor wine in my mouth, neither did I anoint myself at all. 3 weeks
Fulfilled.
were fulfilled.
So he and the question says, did Daniel a 3 weeks partial fast and sing praises to God? I think the only thing he never sang, but he did it 3 weeks according to verse 3.
Take passion. Hala. Not walk back.
Okay, the question: Daniel did a 3-week partial fast. Is it a partial fast or a full fast? Or absolute fast?
Oh, see the word partial.
So, all right. So let's unpack that.